everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Fun, Fun, Fun. It's your Chuckle King here, as always, but with a very special guest. It's a very special episode because, as many of you saw on social media, in January, I got engaged to my beautiful fiancé, Nina. And I'm sure some of you have seen her in some content before, but I thought, hey, you guys might want to say hi to her and get to know her because she's very smart and she's very awesome. And we got engaged on a Disney boat, and I thought we could talk about it. Welcome, Nina.
Thank you. This is so exciting. You've never done this before.
No, we haven't ever done this before. That's true. That's true. We have been together for many years, and we have been enjoying theme parks as a lot of our dating. And my channel, I was Disney Dan when you met me.
You were.
Yeah, I was Disney. Well,
very much Disney Dan.
Yeah, I was Disney Dan.
You had not just started, but pretty recently started showing your face. You became a face character.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because I was just like you mostly just saw my hands like opening up Disney Infinity boxes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I finally pivoted to showing my face. Oh no, but I was making YouTube video like evolutions and stuff, and I didn't show my face. I just recorded audio and then edited to it. And it was a great gift to finally show my face because it made editing a lot easier. So, but yeah, I just started showing my face.
You gave the people what they wanted.
That's what you say. You say people want to see my face more. I don't know.
They do.
I don't believe that.
Please tell me that this is one of the many things I'm right about.
I think that they just want to see old pictures of theme parks more than they want to see my face. Like, guaranteed.
I think for some videos that's true, and I definitely think that used to be true. But like, people are here. People are here for you too.
People are at home being like, please take that Viking man off the screen and show me theme parks.
The comments will validate me.
Maybe they will. I don't know about that. We had quite an adventure. We had quite an adventure of love that culminated to Valentine's Day weekend. I have like an eyelash in my eye. Culminated Valentine's Day weekend where we went to see Masquerade.
Yeah.
An incredible piece of immersive theater. So I thought we could talk about the Disney Destiny.
Okay.
We can talk about our engagement. We can talk about Masquerade because we have a letter from the Phantom here directly. Yeah. I thought we had two, and I think
we had two. What happened?
It's in my back pocket.
That's the one that Christine handed me when she was on the bed.
This one
was attached to her hat box where the veil came out of it. And they're all signed OG.
No, this is the one we got in the dressing room because the one that Christine gave you had no stamp.
Really?
Yeah, because he hand delivered it to that guy, to Christine. You know what I mean? He like left it with a gift.
I see.
These were the stamp ones are for the maybe they were supposed to be stamped in that scene, but yeah, the stamp one. This was from the dressing room. So he goes, "We'll get there. We'll get there.
Wild.
We'll get there." So the Disney Destiny, Wakanda Forever. How did you? I took Nina on the Wish back in the day. If you go back and watch my Wish video that I did, no one watches my cruise content. So I just figured I would start helping Jake make cruise content because people watch his cruise stuff. So it's been a blast. So you can go find you can find lots of Disney Dan cameos. I got to get him to like put more of my silliness in to soften his harshness. You know,
he was not nearly as harsh. He was, as you thought.
He was a lot tamer. He was a lot. Jake, how critical he was.
Jake, you are a delight.
Yeah, because he had friendship. He was like a My Little Pony. He had the power of friendship on this cruise, and that's what made him enjoy it. I don't know if he would have enjoyed it if he was there by himself, but through the power of friendship, he had a good time, and I like that.
Me too.
It's the same boat, the Wish and the Destiny.
Yes.
And you have not been on any other cruise ships.
No, the Wish was my first cruise ever.
Yeah. And
which was crazy. I did. I loved it. I had never been on a cruise before, and I liked how disconnected I was. You know, it used to be like, oh, well, yeah, I went away on vacation and like my computer either stayed in my office because that's where it lived, or I had a laptop, but that wasn't, needed or anything. And even like my phone, like I generally reject the notion that I have to be immediately available to everyone at all times.
Right.
And so being in the middle of the ocean
really leans into that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great. And it really lets me give myself permission. That's
super nice.
Yeah.
Super nice. I had to brag about getting engaged, so I bought the Wi-Fi, but so I had to be connected in that respect. I just had to let people know. I texted a lot of people, texted as many people as I could.
Yeah, I can't believe how many people knew it was going to happen.
Well, because I don't know, people are weird these days. If you don't tell them you're going to do something important to their friend or for their friend or something, and then they find out later, I have lots of friends. I have so many people. I have 700 unread text messages and 1 billion unlistened voicemails. So I just make public announcements on social media. That's how people expect to learn things about me, I guess.
That's true.
But for you, in your life, you actually have real people, with real. I mean, you're real people at home, but I'm not a real person, but you're a real person. So I wanted to make sure everybody was informed before the news dropped.
Yeah, you were really sweet. You let my really good friends know, and but you did it in only the way that you do anything.
What?
Was you only drop bombs?
What do you mean?
You just boom. You just drop bombs. Even about Valentine's weekend, you walked into the living room and you were like, "Hey, got a hotel. We're going to see Masquerade."
Yeah.
Okay, that was it.
Well, you know what it was. I was going to get tickets to see. I was going to get us tickets to see Helen's last performance and Maybe Happy Ending, which was Valentine's Day.
Oh, I loved Maybe Happy Ending, and I love me some Helen J. Shen, but I'm really glad we saw Masquerade.
We saw you, Helen. We saw you, Darren.
Yeah, you melted my face.
We saw y'all. You're amazing. So it's like, But
so you drop bombs, and so we had folks over, and I
was I was thinking about. Oh, okay. About the we have to. The Phantom thing came from that. I wanted to see. I know because I had to be in Toy Fair was on Valentine's Day this weekend in New York. And so I brought you along with me. And next year, the Super Bowl is on Valentine's Day. So get hyped.
Oh my God, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
To have an excuse not to care about the Super Bowl.
I have an excuse every year, and it's that I'm a theater kid. So the Destiny was, which atrium did you like? Did you like Cinderella atrium or did you like Wakanda atrium?
What do you mean?
The atrium, the lobby when you go in,
there's the Wish versus the Destiny.
There's a big statue of Black Panther.
Oh, I liked the Wish more. I liked the Wish atrium way better. It was more sparkly. It was more alive, more often. Mm-hmm. I thought. Yeah.
Wakanda felt like a museum on the Destiny. The treasure is the atrium of the treasure is an absolute win, top to bottom. It's so much fun spending time there. Wakanda, it was the Wakanda of it all. I don't know. I've seen the Black Panther movies. There's so much depth and fun and joy and detail and all of their set building. And I don't know. I felt like I lost out on a lot of it.
Yeah, there was just a lot going on. There were a lot of IPs happening at various levels at any one given time.
That's Disney.
But it was kind of, sometimes it was hard to know what I was supposed to focus on.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
So, and I'm more connected to Cinderella for sure as an IP, so I did really like that too. But I really liked the finale show at the end. Oh my God. The atrium show at the end of our
the Destiny was, the Destiny one was really great. The treasure one was 10 times better.
Well, I wouldn't know.
The Destiny one was very trite, in my opinion, compared to treasure. So should we talk about getting engaged on a boat?
Sure. Yeah. You had said early on, we're not getting engaged in the park. You don't want to get engaged in the park, right?
I don't want to get,
I was fully on board with that. I was like, no, I'm good. I love watching when it happens because I could have been anywhere in the park in that day running around like a crazy person. And I was right there when that person decided to do it. And it's just so exciting.
It is.
And unless you're one of those awkward things that happens that Madison Humphrey redoes on TikTok, most of the time it's really joyful and celebratory, and I kind of like
right, totally. And if you're at a couple that just recently got engaged and you still have the ring box and stuff, on your next Disney trip, just go and get engaged and be the center of attention somewhere. Pick your favorite spot, have some friends take pictures. Why not have people have 2 or 3 birthday parties? Why not get engaged 2 or 3 times?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And also we had this plot, and I ultimately chickened down on it because I didn't want to be a menace. I try to make myself as small as possible when I'm on these boats. is that I wanted to like try to get engaged like 5 times in like 6 different, like in 5 different spots within like 20 to 30 minutes, so that everyone on the boat thought, everyone on the boat's like, did you see? Oh yeah, that couple, they got engaged. They got engaged in the atrium. What do you mean? I saw them get engaged by the pool. No, they got engaged in the theater after Hercules.
Yeah, but we weren't the only engagement on our sailing.
Yeah. Just FYI for anyone trying to get engaged on a Disney boat, the engagement package starts at a base price photography at like $500, and then they go up from there. And I was a real wake up call when I was like, "Are you kidding me?" Or like, and they only give you like 10 pictures for $500. It's like, "Are you kidding me? What is this, like 1973? Am I getting my school photos? I'm not gonna overpay for like one retouched photo. Like I'm traveling with an entire entourage of like content creators. I'll just ask them to film it," and they did. And so,
yeah, I would argue that what we ended up with was a lot more and a lot better. I mean,
I got to check out all that footage.
Luckiest girl alive. It's really stunning.
Yeah. Oh, did you open all the video files and stuff?
Yeah, it's so stunning.
What a blast.
We're so lucky.
We had a blast. So it was great. Would you like to tell them the story?
Sure, I guess. Well, you have to interject.
Well, I'll interject. Of
course he will interject. Yeah, I mean,
of course.
Has anyone met you?
No, I don't. I am very respectful when people tell stories. I don't interrupt anybody. And if anyone reads the comments, they would know that. They'd be like, "Dan, we love how you don't interrupt anyone when they talk."
I mean, I just, for everyone to know, I hope everyone knows it's, at least he's consistent.
Yeah. I am.
It happens all places.
I am who I am.
That's right.
I am who I am.
But it was the second day of the cruise, and I really appreciate you doing it on the second day, not the first day. Because first day can be a little hectic,
I wanted to do it on the first day, but my kids forbade it. They're like, "Dad, you are not getting engaged. It's too busy on the first day. It's too hectic on the first day."
Yeah, the girls had my back.
Yeah. So
for sure.
I did not ask the question, pop the question, pop the question.
You pop this one. You pop it, squeeze it, pull it.
Yeah, so I didn't on the first day. Waited till the second day.
Yeah. And into the evening. And it was such a relaxing day. It was the day that I had a spa treatment. Mm-hmm. And we were hanging out in the rainforest room. And we were being rocked to sleep like babies in those hanging beds because it was the rockiest sailing ever.
The rainforest room is the best. It's a little overpriced on the Triton class, but I prefer all the other class of ships' rainforest rooms because of the placement. I don't like being in a human zoo on the Triton class. It's just weird. It's really weird.
Yeah, but there are not that many people that end up on that walking path.
Plenty of creepers.
I was having a fun time peeking.
Plenty of creepers exercising. What?
That's true. I was having a good time peeking up at the captains. Yeah, that was interesting.
Captain also staring over you with a pair of binoculars. That's a little weird too. Or not the captain, but like the guy who's like, "Iceberg ahead, sir." That guy. Whatever he's called, the lookout. Because they don't have like, if you think about it, like the height of what a pirate ship like spot like Crow's Nest was versus the height of just like the main like operational deck of the cruise ship must be like 4 to 5 times higher than what the Titanic was. I have to imagine. I think these boats are huge.
People kept coming in and out. It was a whole thing.
Yeah, lots of people.
So anyway, we had a super relaxing day, and all day you kept asking me what was my favorite dress that I brought.
All day. I asked you like twice. I asked you once and you're like, "I don't know." And then I asked you again to like reaffirm the question I was asking, so that I was just trying to incept the idea of you just making sure that you were in something that you liked.
Yeah. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
You also had my back. Everybody had my back. Everybody on the trip with us, especially the girls.
I worked really hard. I worked really hard to have your back there. I worked really hard.
It was amazing. And so you asked me what my favorite dress was, and I took the bait, and I was like, "Oh, whatever. I think it's this dress." And
no, not. I think it's this dress. Her favorite dress she brought was a Lilo and Stitch dress. Now, if you look at the pictures, it's like this beautiful, like, what is it, box lunch or unique vintage?
Unique vintage, like
vintage
a 40s tiki.
Yeah. But
it's so cool.
In the friend group we were with, that all knew the engagement was about to happen, she's like, "Yeah, I'm going to wear my Lilo and Stitch dress." They all panicked. They all thought that she was going to come out like wearing some like red, like, one piece, like,
that he was going to be on it.
with like Stitch, like, or something ridiculous. like it was a Funko Pop you were going to wear or something.
Right.
They were mortified.
Chloe and Emmy
But
were freaking out.
It's a great dress. I like the dress a lot. So.
Me too. I'm so glad I chose that one.
Yeah.
So you asked me what I was going to wear, and then
Yeah.
whatever, we got ready slowly, and you were like, I want to go down to the Haunted Mansion bar.
I needed to, in terms of getting people to film it, you have to tell people when to show up.
True.
So I gave them a time, like an arbitrary time of like 5:15 or something. And so I was just trying to waste time, till we got to that time, so like we just took a walk because I couldn't be like, all right, we're 5 minutes early and make everybody scramble. Although if they would have been a lot happier if we were 5 minutes early because they were already 5 minutes in.
Well, you had put a mic on. You clipped a mic on your shirt.
Yeah.
And you had your Osmo, and neither of those things are weird to me.
Right.
We would be walking around
filming. Because
filming.
I filmed the engagement and everyone's like, well, wasn't it weird? He was wearing a microphone.
No, that's just
It's
my
like,
life.
No, that's what I do.
Yeah, that's just my life. And I was like, okay, cool.
Put on a
cool.
microphone or roam around theme parks. It's like what I do. Yeah.
So whatever, we took a walk, and one of my challenges for myself on the cruise was that I was going to have soft serve every day. And I did meet that challenge. Thank you for asking. And so I got soft serve. We both did. And you ate yours at a normal pace, and I ate mine.
I also asked for a kid's, and they gave me like a single swirl, and they gave you an adult size portion because I knew what I was on my way to. And you just ate that ice cream as slow as humanly possible.
I was savoring it.
It wasn't. Yeah, they're free. You could go back and get more. You could just ask them to pour it right in your mouth, and they would. And you're like, oh, I gotta eat this slowly. So yeah, you're legitimately eating an ice cream.
I felt so cute. It looked cute with my dress. I was so happy.
Yeah, you're eating ice cream, and so we walk up, and you have an ice cream, like a half-eaten ice cream cone, and I'm just like, let me just set this down here for a second. So I set it on the top of like a fire box, like a fire extinguisher box that's like on the side of the wall with her purse, and like I put my camera on it. I mount my camera on it, and so I set the ice cream cone down.
You told me to set the ice cream cone down, and I was like, how am I supposed to do this?
Everything's clean. The salt air cleans everything.
Sure. Whatever you say. So I weirdly leaned up against my purse. You put the camera down, and you asked me to come to the railing, and you said, like, we'll take let's take a
screenshots.
picture.
We'll get some screenshots from a nice video,
Yeah, and again, not weird. Not abnormal to my life. And so I still at this point didn't see anything. And I also didn't see everyone around us.
Yeah. Like literally everyone was hiding. I think there was a whole group of us. We can't fully disclose. All right, it's a privacy agreement.
Sure.
Can't fully disclose. You know who was with us. You saw the video. You saw Jake's. If you haven't watched Jake's Destiny video, you should go watch it. Old curmudgeon Jake. He's very curmudgeon-y.
I adore Jake. I adore him.
And so
So yeah, so you took me to the railing.
Yeah, they all like filtered out. I was I saw some of them start to filter out as we started to talk, but I went to a fugue state and I forgot everything that happened. And I turned around and everyone was standing there.
Yeah, same. Turned around and like suddenly there was Jake, there was Danny, there was everybody, there was like all the things. It was crazy. Sorry. So when you took me over to the railing, you turned to me and you were like, hey, I got to talk to you about something.
Yeah, I guess that's what I said.
That was the way you started it. And it was so cute. And your eyes.
I did have to talk to you about something.
You're right. And your eyes immediately started to fill up. So that's when I knew it was happening.
Yeah. I kept it together. I kept composed.
You did. You really did.
I kept it together.
I did not.
Yeah. It was good. And then we turned around and 8 people were filming it. And now we have a cinematic multi-angle. I'm sure in the future I'll be able to recreate it in VR because of the amount of angles I have of it.
Probably. But wait, there were 8 people around us filming it, and there was one person in the gym running on the treadmill.
Yeah, so the way that the ship is built, the forward deck, the sun was setting. We wanted to catch the sunset in the background. We were like in the Atlantic.
Oh, yeah, we got God clouds that day.
Yeah, and we got really great cloud coverage. But the way that it worked and it was also private deck. Like it was very, very few people coming out of it. There's like a cast member door
there. Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, it's really nice.
We were alone on the deck.
On the outside of the gym windows. And so, yeah, there were a bunch of people working out, watching us get engaged.
So at one point we waved to them and I was like, look at my ring. And he was like, yeah, on the treadmill. That was such a great moment. And we have that captured too, which is great.
Yeah, it was really cute. It was really fun.
And then, I just kept asking questions, and you kept like revealing little bits of information about how everyone knew, and how you had texted my friends, and how you had showed some of them the ring, and how you had asked my parents, and how the girls were a part of you asking, like, you is like
Yeah.
all of you asked them, and how they reacted. And then, like you said, you got the internet, so we were able to like make some calls, and
Talk to some people.
which was
Yeah.
really sweet. That meant so much. And so it was really amazing to be able to sort of like pop in on folks and be like, "Hey, yay," and then be in our bubble. Again, like
Yeah.
sort of be unreachable.
Yep.
Because even though you had the Wi-Fi, it wasn't like the most
No,
reliable
they don't
thing.
know that. They don't know anything about me. They don't know me.
Right. So, so it was really cool to also then just have our bubble.
Yeah.
And then just be celebrated for the rest of the week every single place we went.
Yeah, it was really great. We had a really nice dinner. We did the Michelin star chef dinner at Enchanté,
Best meal of my
which
life.
was great. It is a tremendous meal. It truly is a tremendous meal.
I almost cried.
Some really, really good stuff. And they brought to the table like the Easter bunny, a giant egg, a giant golden egg.
He was wearing gloves as he was
I
carrying
feel
it.
like the thing that they showed us was fake though, because the thing that they brought over later was all chopped up and it didn't have the same texture and like color as the thing that they showed us.
Yeah, they showed us something that looked like it was draped in ganache, and we
That's
didn't
what I'm
get
saying. Like
anything
I
ganache-y.
think that thing just stays in in like the freezer and like it has like a special little like if we really ate the thing, where was the chocolate piece on the top that said like congrats in French or whatever?
Great question.
Where was that thing?
Where
There
was
was a
it?
little flag on top made of chocolate, and that was not delivered back to me.
No, we
After
don't have that
that
as
lovely gift.
memo.
Well, I would have eaten it, but I'm saying
Oh.
I would have photographed it at least, but where is it? Where is the chocolate flag? All right. They took it. It wasn't the real thing. It wasn't the same thing.
We also got a chocolate, like, plate at Palo
Yeah.
on our last night. We ate in the private
Oh yeah.
dining room.
Palo gets weird when you have a celebration. Palo, I wish you just like give me like a Twinkie. Give me anything to like use the chocolate plate with. You just gave me it's beautiful. It's all handwritten. And also it's hilarious because our server was talking about a previous dessert chef that she had worked at in a previous Palo on a different cruise and how she despised writing long names. Our name, it was simple, Dan and Nina, but like she despised writing like long, complicated messages and stuff. You know what I mean?
And then we got one.
Yeah, we got no. Our message was relatively simple, and our names were short, and so she was happy about that. But no, but it wasn't even the same lady as it was on our boat. It was a different lady on a different boat. But it was so funny them talking about the inner workings. But yeah, and that was a good meal too.
It was incredible. Being in that private room was wild. That felt like a one of one.
There's like a
experience.
secret grape pizza, right?
Yep.
Grape pizza.
Is it
Whoa.
grape and not grape and cream cheese? What is it? Grape and
I don't know. Cheese.
It's
a pizza.
So
it's
good.
A pizza with grapes.
Grape and brie.
Yeah.
It was amazing. That was so good.
It was awesome. So all in all, I like the Lion King show that they had there. That was a blast.
Stunning.
We're musical theater people. That's how we met. And so they're embracing the Lion King musical quite a bit on the Destiny. Like quite a bit, not just there, in other locations too. The Lion King musical is pretty prevalent. I like that a lot. And where are you at with the Hercules musical?
It was lovely. It did what it needed, what I wanted. I wanted my face to be melted, and I was. And at first, I was a little like, not taken aback, but I was a little bit surprised when I heard the new arrangement of the beginning of Go the Distance.
Yeah,
very 90s R&B.
It's an R&B,
but like specifically
Hercules.
90s. Like it feels like hip hop influenced. The whole thing did.
Yeah, and if you've seen if you're a musical theater person, and Juliet, I thought very much informed that entire show.
Costumes were super similar.
Not just the costumes, so the whole energy. It's very and Juliet in reflection is very Gen Z.
Is it?
I think so.
I wouldn't know. I'm a millennial. I can't.
Yeah,
speak.
no, that's the thing, baby. I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand Gen Zers, because they're different than us. You're different than us, Gen Zers.
Well, I think the first step to understanding them is certainly calling them Gen Zers. For sure.
They call
that doesn't
me
age
boomer
you.
or whatever.
No, that's not. Our parents are boomers.
My mom's a boomer. I thought my mom was Gen X-y.
I guess your mom is a little bit younger than my parents.
Yeah, your
My
parents.
parents are squarely boomers.
Yeah, my mom and dad. My mom was Gen X. They had me super young.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll look into this.
Maybe. Yeah, my mom had me when I was 20, so like there's 20-year gaps. Because I'm early millennial, I think, in like 87.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, we don't have to talk. And hey, leave a comment on this episode if you're watching and let Nina know what your sign is, because she loves a sign.
I love astrology.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to talk about that?
No, yeah, talk about it. I'm just saying. Let me know what your sign is. You know?
I would love to
Drop a comment.
know if astrology people can clock what your sign is. I would really love to know that.
Leave a comment. Let me know what you think my sign is.
Because to me, it's super obvious.
Also, let me know what you think my Enneagram is.
Oh yeah, we got deep into that on the cruise.
This is all cult-like behavior, in my opinion. All these personality tests. We don't need labels. What we need is community. We need to come together. We're all one big beautiful thing called the human race.
I'm very grateful for astrology because it provides a lens through which to view other people's behavior and your relationships, mostly yourself.
Yeah, I'm fine with astrology. The Enneagram feels like we're just Dewey Decimal Systeming people. You know, that's all. We're just and that's all. I don't need to be treated like a Sol de Janeiro scent in that I am Dan. I am not a number. You know what I mean? I'm Jean Valjean. I am not 24601.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you are your own special unicorn.
There is no Enneagram for whatever I am. I am my own. I'm a special one. They made me. I'm a limited edition Enneagram.
So cute. Whatever
you
say.
Contained. I can't be contained.
No,
I can't pass the bar exam, and I can't be contained. These are two facts. I can't. Like Kim Kardashian, I can't get it done.
You tried?
No, I just know in my heart. Not unlike Kim, I haven't tried. And credit to her for trying, but I know better. I can't, and so these are things I know about. You know.
Great.
So don't Dewey Decimal System me, and that's all I'm asking.
You fully let me astrology you all the time.
Yeah, that's different. That's like the interpretive dance of the Dewey Decimal System kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Sure.
You know what I mean? If Enneagrams is like rigid numbers, astrology is like, hey man, you want to come to a tie-dye class? We're doing yoga, we're stretching.
If anything,
and
that's
Enneagrams
tarot.
like if Enneagrams is like, get the filing cabinet, you know?
No, that's what's the one with the 4 initials that everybody was chatting about on the boat? There's one with 4 letters. INFJ, whatever. Like
genomes, like ABAB.
No. It's another personality thing, and it's
this is what I'm saying. I've seen Severance. No thanks.
I would argue that tarot is way loosier goosier than astrology.
Absolutely not. Tarot incorporates numbers, categories, structure. Tarot is like the 7 of swords, the 5 of wands. You know what I mean? The grumpy king. You know what I mean?
The grumpy king.
It's interpretive with structure. Astrology is like, yeah, man, you were born in the afternoon. Crazy. Your rising moon is, Penelope, and your sinking sun is Poseidon. It's just they have there's just nothing means anything. You know what I mean? They just look at the sky. They're like, whoa. At least there's a deck of cards as a checklist.
Why did you wait for our episode to burn your bridge with the astrology community publicly?
I'm not. I really respect the astrology community and the tarot community. I respect any community that enables people to process their feelings in a non-predatory way, because we all need mental health help, and astrology and tarot, in my opinion, psychics, a lot of them are mental health specialists. What? They are non-predatory ones. They 100 psychics, tarot readers, palm readers
are
mental health specialists. 100% for women. Women are
only for women.
Women are underserved. They're underrespected in professional spaces, specifically in doctors' offices. They're taught to institutionally distrust conventional science because it doesn't listen to them. So they go to places like astrology to be like, I miss my dad. And they're like, or a palm reader or a tarot reader, I miss my dad. And they're like, they work through their unresolved trauma through non-predatory. Again, I say non-predatory. Like John Edwards wants cash to talk to your mom and dad, but like if you have like a friend who like pulls tarot cards for you because you don't know what to do, with like your boyfriend, like it's the oftentimes it's just the holding up of the mirror to the problem that you yourself are able to process and like you just need to relive it and like re-experience it to like reprocess it. It's what nightmares are. It's what dreams are.
I sort of agree with the last thing you said and barely anything before that.
Well,
no, but you're right, because as a person who reads tarot cards for their friends, I do so responsibly. And it's more like, okay, this is what this could mean. Does that resonate with you?
They were giving women lobotomies.
I know. No, I am
like
aware.
They were like locking women up. And so, of course, women weren't going. And so like the church and spirituality have like risen as pillars for women to go and feel heard, seen, and trusted and safe. Because even if the dogma is misogynistic, at least they feel seen and they have a place in the system. Where modern medicine, if you're a lady, they're like, what's that? You have pain? You don't.
Well, yeah, that's absolutely
What's that?
True.
What's that? You feel sad? Have you thought about smiling, sweetheart? Like it's a lot of that. And even older women, older professionals talking to younger women, it's still, they echo the crappy dogma. It's like, so of course, if you go to, like, they have candles lit, there's incense, there's a beautiful crystal ball. A lot of these people love crystals. They love gems. You do. I do. I love a weird rock to look at, right?
I love
They go and they sit down. It's like the movie Ghost, it's like, predatory. But again, in a way, as long as it's not like debilitating, in a way, like financially, in a way, it is, you're paying your psychiatrist, you're paying for all the things you do, but some people want Prozac and some people want incense. And it's their way of like.
Sure.
That's all.
That's how I've always used it. It's just a different way to understand myself and my relationship to other people.
100%.
And why people are the way they are sometimes.
Right.
And it doesn't mean that it's like a one-to-one all the time.
Right.
But, when, if someone were to like dig their heels in, like, or like show signs of stubbornness.
Never been me.
It's helpful to be like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, he's just being a Taurus and not like popping all the way off. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. And like,
yeah, it's a way of processing.
And it's also a way of understanding yourself,
Right.
like
Holding up the mirror.
Your big three are important. It's not just about your sun sign, because your sun sign is like your.
Oh boy.
Do you not want me to go into this? I don't have to.
You know what? We're going to do a future episode where I ask Nina to break down in detail Walt Disney's astrology.
Walt?
Profile. Yeah, Walt. Yeah,
okay.
Because he's such a well-known man.
Sure.
So let's look to the stars.
Here, can you hold this while I fix my clip?
Let's look to the stars. Let's see what they would have said about Walt. Let's see if it paid out.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. So we'll come back on a future episode.
Fine.
On a future episode. So, anyway, we're engaged now. So it's great.
How did we get here?
Talking about psychics and astrology.
Mm-hmm.
And how women are respected in society.
I feel that every day.
Yeah. So, let's talk about the thing we did for Valentine's Day weekend.
Yeah.
It was Toy Fair this weekend. Maybe you saw my reel about the Tubby taxi. I got to ride the Teletubby taxi this weekend. It was really cool. I had a great time. But when we were there, we saw Masquerade.
Yeah.
What an amazing piece of theater. Perhaps the greatest piece of theater I've ever seen. I've ever been a part of. I've ever witnessed. It makes me deeply envious of the people who get to work on that show.
Yeah.
All I want is to deliver that kind of excellence to people. Like Disney has just opened their newest ride, and it's not a Disney ride, and it's not in Orlando. It's not at a theme park. It's in New York. It's on Broadway, and it's Masquerade. And now here's the thing, because we make a good black and white cookie here in that you went in only tolerating Andrew Lloyd Webber's masterpiece, Phantom of the Opera, and I went in knowing it. Now listen, I'm not Phantom of the Opera like autistic, but like I like the show and I've seen it many times.
I am fully 100% indoctrined into the musical theater lunatic club. Like
Oh yeah, you're a musical theater
it's
kid.
too much. And I just want to say, I do not hate or despise Phantom, but it wasn't something that
I said tolerate.
it wasn't something that I sought after. I think after seeing Masquerade, I think I understand why I wasn't like super into Phantom.
Yeah, there's a whole Weber sort of like because and I
like other Weber.
Yeah, and I learned this about Weber because when we were at that Warriors thing with Lin-Manuel Miranda is when I dressed like a chicken and met Lin-Manuel. He was talking about because his new musical Warriors started as a concept album based on the Warriors film. And he was talking about how like Weber wrote a lot of concept albums,
right?
Because he was working in a studio, not in a theater space, but he had all this studio time, and so he could work on compositions and like get stuff recorded and down while he was in these studios. So like Jesus Christ Superstar is a product of a studio piece, and that I think informed like Andrew Lloyd Webber into being like, I need to use like studio, like synth. I need to use like studio instruments, like
sure,
and so like it's fascinating to see how this man kind of Webber kind of like snowballed into what like Phantom ended up like after Cats.
Yeah, I was just kidding, but not just Phantom, right? All of the things, and like because if music was the primary storytelling vehicle, like that would explain.
Right, but Weber is way more experimental. It's not just music. It's I'm taking poems about cats and I'm making it music.
Totally.
I'm taking this classic, like French, like monster story, and I'm adding, I'm making it an opera. I'm making it, but I'm throwing on said it's not classic opera. It's synth opera.
Right.
So Weber's very experimental, and in this way, Masquerade serves Weber's weirdness.
Totally.
Very well. Weber is a weirdo now that I'm thinking about it. Jesus Christ Superstar, psychopath musical. Just a musical psychopath. Like, I mean, Godspell is like, I think like they're like cousins.
Okay.
Jesus Christ Superstar and Godspell.
Why? Because they're both about God?
They're both about Jesus. Yeah, Jesus. They're Jesus musicals. Like, it's multiverse Jesus.
Do you mean Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat?
No, Godspell.
Okay.
Jesus is the main character of Godspell.
Sure.
Jesus is the main character of Jesus Christ Superstar.
Got it.
Joseph is Old Testament story.
Right.
Yeah.
I was the narrator.
Told by the Mormons.
Told by the Mormons?
Yeah, the Osmonds.
Oh.
Yeah, we wouldn't have Joseph in the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. It wouldn't nearly be as prolific as it was today if the Osmonds weren't juicing that thing for decades.
Laurie Beachman. She's my favorite.
Yeah. God bless him. Weber's a weirdo, is all I'm saying.
He's just a weirdo. Sunset Boulevard. You're a huge Sunset Boulevard fan.
Oh, absolute masterpiece. People just don't get it.
You're right.
They just don't get it. They just don't get it. And so I have a lot of friends who make video essays about very intelligent things. And I myself view myself as having the ability, not to necessarily think as intelligent as some of these people, but to perceive and to enjoy the levels of nuance and circumstance and coincidence that stack upon beautiful storytelling. You know what I mean? But some people just don't get it. And if you don't like Sunset Boulevard, you didn't get it.
Being in Sunset Boulevard, like being in the ensemble of that show and singing through that score, like really lets you see what a crazy guy he is.
It's crazy.
I mean,
the ensemble, like
the little melodies were insidious. You could not get them out. I mean, you just went through your life singing. Everything was in the Schwartz.
I wonder if the person who wrote the song for Asha and Wish, like that weirdly paced.
I can't stand it.
I wonder if they're a big Weber fan. I gotta look that up. Because it's very, now that I think about it,
trying to fit way too many words within one phrase.
Right. But not in a Lin-Manuel kind of way.
No, exactly. Well, not in a successful way.
Well,
not in an not in an intentional way.
Right, in a way that in a music theory way. These are the syllables. These are the things. This is what we can fit into the thing. Where I think that Lin-Manuel often writes in a lyrical theory way. You know what I mean? Like I can make these vowel sounds sound like they rhyme. Versus Weber, and Sondheim also writes in that musical theory rap.
Mm-hmm.
All of Sondheim's raps are musical theory raps, which inspires, I think, Lin-Manuel's lyrical theory raps. Maybe I'm just talking out of my butt. I'm not. When I talk to people, they don't. A lot of people just shake their head and they're like, "Yeah, that makes sense. Makes sense to me." I love Sunset Boulevard. Oh my god.
Yeah, you love it.
But Evita, weird musical, man. Weird musical. I don't know.
Yeah. Like another suitcase, another hall is another example of like how he would shove things into phrases. But I still think Weber does it like with finesse in a way that whoever wrote that song for Wish simply did not do. I don't know what was going on. What robot wrote that piece? Anyway, but so Masquerade
Oh
showed
my
me,
gosh.
Masquerade illuminated why I didn't love OG Phantom. And because this Masquerade is intimate. And that doesn't mean that it doesn't get big. And I love the big moment. Like being that close to the Phantom as he's singing Music of the Night is like something I will never forget. But I think that's the other bit too, is that to me, the story is so intimate. So maybe I had an issue with this obnoxious synth organ thing with this like super forward facing performative telling of a story that like is really nuanced and intimate. And it like everyone thinks Christine's crazy. You know what I mean? Like everyone thinks it's all happening in her head.
Yeah.
And like,
yeah. And you actually sort of understand that a little bit.
Yeah, more than like,
I have the empathy I had for Christine opened up wide, like a train going through my brain.
Same.
I used to think that she was a very sort of like entitled ingenue, sort of like, I don't know, like, but like how manipulated she is and was is pretty wild. And then it's not the traditional Phantom story. There are some additional pieces of music that are not in the original production. And it's sort of like the equivalent of like the Angelina Jolie Maleficent in that we're getting a lot of character backstory. We're getting a lot of lore. There's a lot more world building in this Phantom than there is in any other version of Phantom, even the movie.
Well, there can be.
Yeah, and there really can be. But and then there's like odd fan service world building, like how he gets his mask felt very sort of fascinating in a weird way. I don't want to.
Yeah, the first Okay, I'm not going to give it away, but the first one that he gets is far too close to what the final one is for me to have bought it. Like
Right,
to me,
yeah.
it would have evolved so much from. I don't want to say anymore.
Well, no, well they just do a practical in-room effect to transform a mask into the traditional Phantom mask that you see.
Yeah, which I thought was cool, but like
he retrieves a mask that and then it breaks, and I wish that could have been a little bit more successful because he retrieved a mask that was like like in a hallway in a Scooby-Doo movie, like when like there's that one door that's a slightly different color than the rest of the background, and you're like, well, I wonder what door they're going to open. You know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. It's like when Fred Flintstone's about to go like pick up a rock, there's one rock that's a little different, it's that kind of thing. And so there's like this weird thing attached to the mask. It's like, oh, as soon as he picked it up, like, I know what's going to break off of this thing. I wish there's a little bit more. I do.
I thought the way they did it was really cool.
It was great. It was so
right
good.
behind him when it happened.
I love the sequence. And the thing that was most successful about the sequence that blew my mind is that I felt like I was in the Phantom's memory.
Totally. Same.
It was cool. It was actually very, very cool.
I mean, the whole thing was that we were there as a part of it. I mean, at one point, the Phantom grabbed your hand and you led everybody into the next room. Which was so cool.
So many. We've been to Epic Universe and saw some of the theater that they did there.
Yeah.
And I can compare this actually to the Cirque show at.
Yes.
Because
especially that one room where we got tequila shots. That reminded me of that.
You're right. And there's one act, God bless this one. I got to follow all of you on social media because some of you were blessed because I don't even, so I'm dear acquaintances with the Phantom performer that we saw. And I don't know if he queued up other people to say that like I was more game to play. No, actually it just happened naturally because when you're a theater kid in that space, you're playing zip zap zop with these people. Like they look at you and they're like, there was this one moment like after the chandelier fell where one of the owners looked at me. He's like, "Monsieur, are you hurt?" And I'm like, "No, sir. No, thank goodness you missed me. It fell." He's like, "Oh, great. No refunds." And I think that halfway through or like part of the way through, I think I turned to you and was like, I can't imagine what the people in this space must be feeling like that aren't theater kids.
Yeah.
Because when you're a theater kid, like Nina and I are theater kids, like we're singing all the time in the house. It's just, we're singing full volume nonstop all the time. And so and we hang out with people who do it too. So to be in a room where someone is singing full volume at my face, because I have so many talented friends, I love when it happens. I love hanging out and singing with my friends.
Right, but there's another element to that. It's not just the singing at full voice, like 5 feet from your face. It's also the thing about when another actor catches your eye and you're a theater person, your instinct is to like give some energy back.
Right. Like you're in the ensemble, right? But I'm saying for people who don't have any of that experience, what is it like?
It must
be life changing. It must feel like euphoric in some moments, like to be a part of that. There are moments that are clunky. There are moments that are slow, and they're just because humans we're bad. We're just Americans specifically. We're just not good at crowd control. We're selfish crowd users. And we don't like to share our personal space.
Yeah,
this production in Asia, I think would actually could probably shave off 5 minutes of their sets, because like Asian crowds all pack in really tight and they move super fast. Not this gang, not this bunch, especially if you got a couple old folks in your group. Because there's lots of stairs, but it is ADA accessible, which I was pretty impressed by.
Amazing.
But back to the immersion of it, back to the immersiveness of it all. Let's do some spoilers. We're like 45 minutes into the podcast. We're
okay.
Like
People can do
20 minutes
sure.
left. So let's talk about some of our favorite moments. And I want to start with that moment, the moment in the Phantom's memory. There's a circus sequence that we get pulled into.
Mm-hmm.
Which apparently, by the way, the gates of the circus sequence were apparently hand welded by Bob Dylan.
Wild.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, that's what he said.
Bob Dylan?
Yeah, the Bob Dylan.
Wow.
The Timothy Chalamet.
Yeah, I can't believe. I guess he was a welder. He's dead now, right? No, he's
Bob
still
Dylan?
alive?
I don't know. My dad's such a big Bob Dylan fan. I feel like if he died, I would have known about it.
There's the experience is a museum.
Look it up.
In that they have like really fancy high-end art pieces littered throughout the entire experience, but it is a old art supply store just a block away from Central Park on 57th Street, and it still maintains that facade. It's still, I think it's Lee's Art Supplies. And then there is a passcode. There's like a red carpet, there's like a red velvet rope, and you are not given tickets. It's so immersive in that you just show up and there's someone at the door saying password, and you say, ours was Lying Delilah, and
Babe, don't say that. What if it's another one?
Well, tough.
And they tell you what to wear, which I love.
Yeah, you have to wear black, white, or silver, and you have to wear a mask. And I thought that the mask was a gimmick, and it becomes one of the single most impactful moments of the entire production. And I was floored by it. And one of the things I think is a misservice to the audience. And I read they email you and they're like, luckily you wore comfortable shoes. Going back and rereading it, they're like, wear comfortable shoes. But one of the things about the mask that they say to bring is bring a mask that reflects you personally. Like bring a mask that is you, bring a mask that's inspired by you, something that like no phantom mask, no political mask, but bring a mask that like is you. And that if you had made your mask, if you had an attachment to your mask, if you went shopping, if the mask really represented you, if you really went hard on the experience, the final beat of the show would destroy you if you really, if you went hard in identifying yourself in the mask. But sure. I was obsessed. I was destroyed conceptually. It was the gasp at the end of Hamilton for me. It was the baby. Yes. It was the toddler at the end of Waitress. It was just a really powerful moment, which I will talk about at the end of this. I'll sit on it just to say that the single most powerful moment I think I had.
One of my favorite moments was when we went down the escalator. So there's stairs and there's an escalator situation, and where we were standing in the group, and they're called pulses, and you're in groups of 60. And at a certain point throughout the show, you are split in a moment, but we were all going down the escalator right before the titular song, and Christine and Phantom are on the boat, and the boat is on a track. It's very much on a little ride track.
There's ride vehicles in the show. You don't get to ride them, but like the Phantom and Christine are on a ride vehicle. And it's funny, later I looked, and if you can see where they hard cut into the floor, because it's a trackless ride vehicle, but it does have like a like a wire embedded into the floor for it to follow. And then there's a stagehand behind it, like saying go or stop, go, stop, go, stop.
And I just want everyone to know that you leaned over and whispered that to me in like the middle of a scene.
Everyone was getting seated.
So
Everyone was
excited.
getting seated. Everyone was getting seated.
I know you were so excited.
I was really amazed by it.
When you turned to me, I thought you were going to tell me something crazy, and you were like, "Babe,
yeah,
there was a track in the floor for the boat."
You literally go right from the theater into the depths of the Phantom, and the whole first floor of the building is called the Lake. And there's a couple scenes. I guess no, there's only one big Phantom. The big Phantom scene happens,
and then music of the night.
The boat sequence, but we don't go back. We go to representations of it later on different floors.
Yes, we do.
We don't actually go back to the lake.
But we were down there for a minute, and as we were coming down the escalators, like right when the boat started to move, and it felt like we were in a movie. Yeah. And like, so you walked by them.
I locked eyes with the Phantom as I was going down the escalator, and he had his pole, and he like slammed his pole like right on the beat, like into the floor. And at that moment, the boat started. It was like his, I guess it's the signal for the Phantom to say to the tech guy, like, you tap the pole and it says, all right, time to move. We're safe. So anyway, we're descending down. I just caught the moment where he tapped the pole. He was looking right at me when he did it.
See, I saw him do that too. And I thought that was when he noticed you were there, because it's pretty early in the show.
Sure.
And we wouldn't have been seen otherwise. We were kind of stuck in the back. We were really struggling actually for the first like maybe 10 minutes of the experience, maybe 15 minutes. Yeah, we got like ushered into there's a room that's multi-purpose, that it's the room where you end up with the chandelier, but it's the room where Carlotta is rehearsing for the opera, and where we hear Christine when she sings Think of Me for the first time.
It's the second floor of the building, I believe. And it's split into the stage chandelier room, and then the Masquerade staircase room.
Yeah.
And there's like a main passageway back and forth. You kind of like that is like has like a double blind turn, so you can't see what's happening in the room. So like people are exiting that room as you're starting to enter that room from the previous group. Yeah,
it was really tough. We kept getting caught in the back, and like we just hadn't like figured out. We hadn't figured out quick at that point that what you need to do if you go to see Masquerade is, when you're moving within the groups, is lock eyes with one of the many, many, many stagehands that are there to guide the crowd. Because here's what's up. If they see you, if you make eye contact with them, they're going to pull you into a place in the room where there is seating. Where if you just act like a sheep person and like walk behind everybody, you're going to end up in a bad spot, which is what happened to us at first. But then we caught wise, and we were like, okay, if we talk to these people, like they'll put us in a chair.
Yeah.
So that was a good realization for us.
Yeah, and I'd also recommend, if you do go to do this, that you abandon the goal of staying with your party 100% of the time.
Agreed. Just like let it happen. Just let it be.
And while I would say that the first 15 minutes of the experience are like the first 15 minutes of the experience are like the first 15 minutes of Moulin Rouge, the film.
Yes.
And that it is just chaos.
Yes.
But it's intentional chaos. And the opening sequence of Phantom after the auction is a chaotic scene. It's rehearsal, and like the intention of the immersion in that sequence is to make you deeply uncomfortable. Mm-hmm. Like you are in the way, and they succeed. I'm telling you that there's one guy's job, and we were standing in his way.
We were.
This one dude's job for six, because there are 6 groups that are going. There's 6 Phantoms, 6 Christines. Every 15 minutes, another pulse fires off, and the show goes. And the show, like, they hit play at the start of the day, and then they are off to the races. It's a small world. All the audio is playing in every room all the time. You can't turn it off. You cannot show stop.
The way that they did that was absolutely amazing. There was never a time where I couldn't hear someone. There was never a time where there was echo.
It was absolutely.
But what I loved as a voice nerd is that because I was in the room with them and I was so close to them, like I could hear.
You could hear them.
I could hear the qualities of their natural voice. It was so cool.
They're mic'd because there are scenes that happen in transition.
Yeah.
And so a scene will start that you might not necessarily need to see, but you can start to hear Madame Giry yelling at the dancers or something in the hall that you're walking into. And so like I am mesmerized by the technology that went into the audio production of this.
Yeah. What did I say when we went in?
What?
That we need to see it twice, once to appreciate the entertainment and once to think about how they made it happen.
Right. And I was like, and I couldn't stop thinking about how they made it happen the minute I got in there, because it was like, oh man, there is no silence. It's all soundscaped from the minute you get in. And it has to be, because I'm showing up at 1:45, and I'm showing up 15 minutes after another group's already started, and a phantom's already singing at the top of his lungs 2 floors above me. So there's very loud, but almost like a parade. I feel like all the floors have to be like kind of like lined up like rhythmically, so that you're not hearing like the downbeats of bass like hitting in like 6 like boom 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 boom.
That's so interesting.
Boom, boom,
Well, I wonder how they account for the different like the timing changes when you have a group that's like our group was a little bit bigger than normal. We learned, and so like we took a little bit longer.
Right. Well, I feel like parade segments between units, they have pieces that change tempo. They loop, but they change key and tempo in the loop to prepare your brain mentally. You know what I mean? Like it's all, it's amazing.
Well, and
absolutely amazing.
Also to be doing that show without a conductor for the Phantom and Christine and Raoul, everybody was insane to me, and they all did it flawlessly. There were so many beautiful moments that like felt perfectly orchestrated.
What do you need a conductor for?
Oh my God, so much. We can't do this. You've already offended the astrology people. We're not gonna.
Okay,
we can't.
But listen, I understand the purpose of it, but what do you need a conductor for when you're an actor on stage?
So many things.
Give me 2 things that you need a conductor for.
Okay, well, sometimes there is a song where you've got a lot of movement going on. Like let's take the fight or the chase scene in Sister Act that we were in, and we didn't have we didn't have a conductor.
No.
So in those interlude scenes, or interludes within those songs, like the music sounds the same, right? Over and over and over again. And so you need to if you're the next person, especially if you're the soloist, to like get up there and take the piece to the next section of the piece after the vamp, you need to be sure that you're in lockstep with the conductor there.
Sure.
And there's oftentimes a cue, like let's talk about Sunset Boulevard. Our conductor was behind us, but I don't know if we had a monitor. But like there's just a lot of crazy entrances. And also there were so many moments in Phantom where the cutoffs were perfectly timed without a conductor.
Well,
so you want those the conductor. It's not that you as an actor need the conductor, but the conductor also needs you because together you are like collaborating on.
I did a track show for 3.5 years. Imagine Ocean. It was tracked. And I know that I wasn't singing with backing tracks, but it was tracked in that once the show hit play, I knew the amount of time between everything.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it can't be done. It's done successfully all the time, but I'm saying it's not never needed.
Sure. But I guess if you're running the same track, you have the conductor in your head because you know where you just
100%.
know in your body where all those beats are, and I totally understand if you have 30 musicians trying to coordinate with the music of the night at the end. But and in talking with Nick and future guest of the podcast, in talking with Nick, he's like, because of the track, it's a playground for the actors. We can do whatever we want. As long, we can make any decisions we want because we know exactly how the orchestra is going to respond every time.
Exactly. In that situation, the consistency actually breaks.
It
makes for more freedom.
Right.
But some might argue on the other side of that there's a level of artistry that's lost.
Oh, 100% there's a level of artistry lost. No doubt. I can't imagine. It's impossible to do what we just did with live. There were live musicians. There's a live violinist.
He was absolutely incredible.
Absolutely smashed. But there's no way you could do that live. You have to have 6 orchestras.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, you couldn't.
7, because you have to have like an additional one doing all the transitional sounds.
Right.
It was nuts.
It was so cool having the live violinist because he did the overture and like that.
Dude, when you have a live fiddler or a live violinist in a room, you have made me melt. I'm telling you. It's why I like Fiddler on the Roof so freaking much. Because when the fiddler comes out at the top of the show and does his jingle, get out of here. I love the clean tone of a
fiddler. One time, someone told me that the difference between a violin and a fiddle is one of them you're not afraid to spill beer on. So someone commented.
That's hilarious.
Tell me if that's true.
I believe that.
Yeah, that's really fun.
Fiddles are more versatile and throwaway. It's more about the joy you're throwing out of it, not necessarily the artistry that went into it.
So the fact that there was no conductor doesn't mean that there was anything lost, but to me it was just incredible how how tight everything was doing a show of that size with that many transitions. And it's Phantom of the Opera. There's lots of opera, there's lots of recitative, so lots of people speaking on pitch,
Yeah.
driving the story forward in between the arias.
And what I don't think a lot of people notice or maybe know about the original production is a good chunk of the title song, Phantom of the Opera, is tracked because it's a giant transition piece. And it's done with like two sets of doubles, I think.
I didn't know that. You mean in the original production?
Yeah, Christine's like high E or whatever
Yeah.
is tracked. Yeah, because
Well,
she has to do it 8 times.
I was gonna say that's got to be a vocal health thing,
right? Totally. And so I asked Nick about that. I was like, because I was talking to you about it. I was like, how is he doing this 8 times a week? And once you do it 8 times, once your muscles are just
how to do it 8 times a week. It's a machine. You turn it on.
It is hard vocally. I mean,
that's what I asked
more
him.
so how do the Christines do it 8 times a week? But because it's so intimate, because it's just in a room, you don't have to push, you don't have to stretch your voice. You can just let a lot of your instrument just float, let a lot of your sound just float, and like, I imagine it's easier to sing for Christine 8 times a week, that number, than if she's trying to hit the back of the Gershwin.
Interesting. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. I mean, here's the thing about singing softer or smaller in any way is that there's more energy required. That's like the big misconception, right? Is that, oh, if it's smaller or softer, I don't have to try as hard. But it's like you're like a duck, right? You're calm on top of the water, but your little feet are going.
I guess like you don't have the need to project
as much. I see what you're saying. You're right. It's a different type of stage voice. Right. Totally different type of stage voice.
You're just removing a whole like.
It's almost Shakespearean in a way if you think about it, right?
Much.
It's very much Old Globe. It's very much like we are here in front of you. And what I thought was cool about it, again, vocally, was like I think that everybody has the opportunity to like use different shades. Like they can bring out softer shades of their voice that you're right, that might not like, I don't know, be heard or appreciated in a big house.
I mean, like I learned to sing at full projection volume.
Right.
I did not learn to sing through nuance with a mic in a small space.
Mm-hmm.
It's just different. It was like, I felt like it was the unplugged versions of some of the songs.
Right. And I was actually thinking about, with the sound dampening that they were needing to do, there's probably, and I don't know this for sure, although a lot of the floors were hard. So that was cool in terms of, I'm thinking about ring and like the acoustic quality of each room. Like there's a beautiful feeling singing high soprano in a big echoey acoustic place. And so I actually wonder, I would love to talk to her or any of the Christines and see if it's a different way to approach it because you're not filling this ringy place.
Oh yeah. And you have to remember that, forget how they built the building to sound dampened. There's 70 bodies in the room now sucking up sound.
Sucking it up. And exactly. And all those chairs. And yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. I was really, really, really blown away by it all. I'm trying to look through. They have a segment where we go into the Phantom Memory, as we mentioned earlier with the circus, where you see Madame Giry working at a circus and rescues young Phantom, which is cool because 3 of the Phantoms are black men and 3 of the Phantoms are, they're not Caucasian, but they are white. One's an Asian man, I think, and 2 Caucasians. One's an Italian. Like they're all light skinned and dark skinned, but there are 2 tracks then that depending on which Phantom you have, there's an ensemble dancer that is there's a young black Phantom dancer man or a young white Phantom. And then when you watch the ensemble scenes where that doesn't matter, like how they have those 2 act, it like when you start to think about like economically, it's like a cruise. It's like cruisicles
for sure,
because all the ensemble is quadruple cast because they are taking care of all these beats and the dancers. There's only there's 4 dancers, and it is not it's a big cast, but it's not.
No, there's
when they're
more...
spread apart 6 shows happening at the same time. Because if you haven't put together like every 15 minutes, the show fires off. And while the Phantom and Christines change, the same actors go through the same 6 beats of the same number. And then they move on to another section of the show.
Piangi and Carlotta are like waiting for you in the dressing room.
I can't, it breaks my brain to think about it because it's very different than how the Halcyon worked for the Star Cruiser. There were 2 seatings for that, but even then there were beats that like happened for different beats happen for different dinner seatings and stuff. The same thing is happening 6 times in a row, but your party does get split at times. And like, what happens then? There's a lot of rewritability here. Like there's a lot of like, you could see a whole other show depending on which Phantom you get.
For sure. I
which
would love
Christine
to
you
go
get.
back and see another pair.
Yeah, truly.
It was really stunning.
Yeah.
I'm really in on it. It was definitely one of those theater experiences where I leave and I'm like, wow, okay, like I really feel like somewhat changed by that.
Yeah. Absolutely. 100%.
One of those things where we were like, we have to bring everybody we know because it was just such a cool and different experience.
It's so cool. 2 of the Phantoms, Kyle and Nick, that are running right now. Nick was my original Aaron Burr when I saw Phantom, and
Hamilton,
not Phantom, Jesus. Nick was my Aaron Burr, and it was transcendent.
He was so
It was
amazing.
transcendent.
Nick.
It was one of the single best guys. You guys, everyone, the world is sleeping on this actor who is just. It's so crazy that I know him because he's gonna be an icon. I mean, he is an icon, but he hasn't even gotten started. I mean, he just originated the Phantom, but it's an off-Broadway experimental theater piece.
Nick's doing great.
Nick's doing great.
Nick, you're doing great.
Nick's doing very great. But I'm saying,
he's doing double duty right now. He's in the new Reading with Kate Rockwell and those folks.
When you're as talented as Nick, you're doing triple duty all the time.
He's amazing.
Oh my God, Nick is just not to poo-poo on any other Phantoms, even Kyle. Sure, it's great. But
they just released that Broadway World video or Playbill video. It was literally so stunning.
A day after we saw it, they released all 6 Phantoms singing music of the night.
What a gift.
What a gift.
But you know, it's interesting, like Burr and Phantom are obviously very different characters, but at the same time, like
they're very much the same character.
Right. They're the charisma, the hypnotism.
They both want to be in the room where it happened.
Yes. Yeah.
They both have a desire to be, and one stands for the only difference is one does stand for something very strongly, and while one stands for absolutely nothing.
Right. That's really funny.
But they're both I want pieces. Phantom and Burr. Outsider pieces.
Outsiders looking in. It's so cool. So we really loved it. And so in addition to the show, we also did a super fancy Japanese omakase dinner.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Which you said you don't ever need to do again.
No, I'm good on omakase. I love sushi rolls, man. I love hibachi. I love some sake. I don't need to be eating like I don't know, octopus fingernails or whatever it is that I ate. Just, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, oh, well, some rich butthead. It's like, oh, you know what I want to do? It'd be great if I ate the guts of this weird sea slug, from Poland
it was really good.
It was great.
It was really
awesome.
Good.
But I want other stuff from my Japanese cuisine.
Totally.
That's all. That's all.
It's great.
I like a roll, like a hand roll. I don't like fish, but I love sushi, but I don't like fish. And omakase is about fish, not about sushi. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't. I wouldn't.
It was just a very fishy business, that uni,
the sea urchin.
Guys, if you ever want to pay a lot of money to just see what it'd be like to just drink a glass of aquarium water, invest in uni, the sea urchin, as a fine dining experience. It was I don't ever need to do that ever again.
Anyone who wants to do another one with me, just let me know because I'm very much looking forward to it.
Kat can go do it, and because
Rob.
No, Rob doesn't do fish. Rob's not a fish boy.
Rob
went to an omakase. They went to an omakase out there, and Rob's like, not for me.
Okay, great.
Rob was so sweet because he really wanted to imbibe the first time.
Yeah,
he really wanted to have all of Japan's culture.
Japan is like half of Rob's personality,
right? And he's and he's just like, I love rice and that beef and those egg yolks. That's
all right. Well, Kat and I can
God
go.
Bless him.
Kat and I'll eat all of the fish. It'll be great.
God bless him. He's a trip.
But it was fun. It was fun, being engaged and having everybody be excited about that, which was cute.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about the ring at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anything else to say about it. I know you posted about it.
Yeah. I want to say about the Masquerade experience. The last thing is that, and you mentioned it earlier, is that there was a moment I had with the Phantom where he literally took me by the hand and I was the scene change. And I went through hallways and up a staircase and around the corner and into the rafters of the theater where he, hangs the the rope captain, the rope man. It was magnificent. And there was moments that he would you caught him once or twice and he just looked at you and and he kept turning around to me and being like,
Yeah.
it was unbelievable.
You walk into the room with Christine's father's grave, and Raul hands me a white rose and is like, "Would you like to put a flower on her father's grave?" And I was like, again, like such a compliant theater
Yeah.
person. I was like, "Yes, I would. Thank you so much." Like
Yeah.
too much,
I
but it was
gotta I
fun.
gotta toast this old guy. Um,
It was great.
though, to your point that let go of the group, don't focus on the group. Also go with the flow because and I know that it kind of frustrated us at the beginning, but what I learned is as they're herding groups, as you watch Defunctland's video about lines, as they're herding groups, they're loading people into spaces. And so and they're loading people into dead ends effectively.
Yeah.
So if you're the last one in, then when the scene change happens, you're the first one out and the first one into the next. So it kind of you very much start to I don't know,
Yeah, you do not miss the experience.
no,
Like the way they have it set up is that no matter where you are seeing the whole thing, and you can't leave that experience without having some sort of like personal moment. It'd be
truly.
very hard
Yeah.
to. You could.
Anytime a character reads a note, they hand it to somebody in the crowd to read.
It was so cool.
Oh,
It's amazing.
I should have had Nick sign under the opera ghost here.
Next time, or when we see him next.
I guess he technically did. This is his signature. Yeah, it's the ghost signature.
Amazing.
But then at the end of the show, which I also really liked, is that actually I didn't like. The thing I didn't like is that at the end of the show, then the bar opens and the merch opens and the whole first floor, the Phantom's Lake, turns into a club, called the Lake Club. And while the show starts with a cocktail, I would have loved for there to have been there are so many moments where wait here for a minute. There were a couple moments where wait here. And if it was wait here, but you had one or two drink tokens or something that you could have exchanged for a cocktail. There were plenty of moments in the show that I could have been served a drink, or I could have pre-ordered a beverage for
Totally.
a halfway point or something at coat check. It felt like I wish I had I don't know.
Well, this is so from the world that you come from.
Yeah.
This is so the immersive themed entertainment thing. This is a departure from typical Broadway, which is, amazing that they made the changes that they did. And I wonder if that's just a product of it being sort of a first of its kind. Like if Sleep No More, and then there was this.
Totally. It's the first of its kind, and it'll go places. I can't wait to see what they do next.
Yeah, I want more things. Because even, Just in Time, if you're down there at those cabaret tables, you can't actually have anything on those tables because the scenes happen there.
On and around them, yeah.
Right. But so that's another example of so many shows who they tout an immersive thing. It's oh, come pay $800 to sit at a cabaret table and feel like you're in the club. But no, that's not quite what it is.
Yeah, no, it's so beyond that. It's so beyond that. It's not even the Kit Kat Club.
No, yeah.
Which they've just recently, Cabaret is the Kit Kat Club, it's not
which
even.
I loved. Well, maybe
no, it was tickets. You bought tickets to Cabaret, right? You didn't buy tickets to the Kit Kat Club. You bought tickets to a Masquerade event. This was not the Phantom. This is every
right,
ounce of it was a reimagining
yeah.
into something completely new. And I don't think that Cabaret was that. Was it? No.
I don't know. We didn't get to see it.
I didn't have
we tried. We tried.
Yeah. But it costs, and the ticket cost isn't cheap. I think I was $1.90 per ticket. But if you're, skip a day at Disney World and put this on your next.
Seriously,
it's the same cost as a Disney World ticket. Way more worth your cash, in my opinion. It is, especially if you're a theme park fan, especially if you're a Haunted Mansion fan. It is the original intent of the Haunted Mansion.
Very Haunted Mansion.
It's you can look at concept art. In fact, I sent a bunch to Nick because I went and pulled all the original concept art from the original Haunted Mansion walkthrough, and it's all what they built here. They built the original Haunted Mansion here. It's really, really cool. So
it was awesome.
I had a blast.
We had such a nice first Valentine's Day engaged.
Yeah, we did. It was
It's
really
been
nice.
such a fun time. Has it been a month yet? Oh
Yep,
yeah,
today.
yeah, the 18th.
Yep.
Yesterday.
Mhm.
That's crazy. It's been a month.
It's been a month.
It's been awesome.
It's been great.
People have been so kind.
Thanks for saying yes.
You keep saying that.
Oh, you got to be grateful. You got to be grateful that things followed through. That everything worked out.
Easiest yes of
Everything
my
came
life.
together.
Didn't even have to think about it.
Well, let us know in the comments if you want Nina to come back on future episodes and argue with me.
And argue with you?
Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed.
We did not, guys. You have seen nothing yet. Actually, sometimes when the girls are, when we're driving in the car, we're like chatting up front. The girls are like, "You guys should like record this."
Yeah, they say that a lot.
So you guys have seen nothing yet.
I can't take career advice from a 13-year-old. Respect them.
No, same.
I've seen what they watch.
Well, why? Our
and I don't
13-year-old knows everything.
I don't want to make anything like what they watch.
R.I.P. your algorithm.
Yeah. Oh my God. If you saw half the crap my
If
kids
you
watch.
turned on our TV downstairs.
Most of it's not bad. Like I like Hope. Like Hope Scope's great. She's
You
great.
love HopeScope.
I love Mark Roper. Like some of them are really great creators. But
What about the watermelons that give birth to smaller watermelons?
no, that's fine. That's art.
That's okay. That stuff absolutely creeps me out.
If your mom and dad could be like, Andy Warhol, man, you like photocopied soup cans. Whoa. These kids can watch watermelons getting, facial treatments and giving birth to other watermelons. It's stupid. It's art. It's just art. What do you want me to say? It's art. I hope it encourages kids to make art instead of just staring at screens.
I agree.
So, yeah. If and we liked Keith Haring, they can like watermelons giving birth. It's fine. People do weird stuff. All right. You've read David Sedaris books. Do you know what he used to do for art? He like melt like army men and like frying pans and stuff. Yeah. So I'm just saying let
genius.
Let kids just be kids.
Let
them be kids. But she watches that one podcast with like these like a couple of like young married couples.
Oh yeah.
Young teenage married couple. It's like her version of like Mormon Wives.
Yeah. No, it's not.
It 100% is her version of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Because like there's two couples and then there's that one promiscuous redhead who's always flirting with the two husbands. And then the two wives are like, cut it out. Stop. And then, she'll be like, well, I could take your husband. She'll say something stupid because she's like 14 or something.
Yeah, they're really young.
It's all
old.
Crazy.
We're engaged. We're old engaged people.
Crazy. It's crazy. Well, I was once a young engaged person.
Same.
And then I had a life, had kids, and that's a different life. And now new life. New life 2.0.
It's fun being an like older engaged person because the things that I worried about before like don't matter anymore and they weren't important.
It's like having another kid. It's like having a second kid. And like when they fall down the stairs, you're like, it's fine. They're fine. I mean, they're fine, but the first kid, when it falls down the stairs, you're like, oh my God, to the hospital.
We've ruined them.
But then you see that they're fine and you're like, oh, they bounce. Forgot.
They bounce.
Kids do, man. You were a kid once, you've done crazy things, falling off of things, jumping on things. We bounce. Kids bounce. We're resilient. That's how we made it. That's how we're taking over the world and ruining it. We're our resilience, humans. Fantastic. All right. Well,
on that
great way to end the podcast as always. Hey, it didn't talk about 9/11.
We almost made it. You had to bring it up.
It's a hilarious plot point of the movie.
The movie you saw last night?
The show, the movie. Yeah, because they have a time machine that works. They make a time machine and it works.
Did you tell these people about the golf thing? The golf course light show?
Yeah, it's come up. It's come up in the
great.
past. Yeah, it's come up in the past.
Sorry.
Yeah, the 9/11 light show, it's come up. And they don't believe that it works. They're like, no way this works. Let's try it out. Let's test it out again. And the date they put in is September 11th. And obviously the time machine's broken at that point. They didn't know, but absolutely hilarious day to travel to. If you have a time machine, in my opinion, good old 9/11.
All right, I got to go teach voice lessons.
Yeah. All right. Podcast is over now. Bye.
This has been a production of 710 Media.